Hey guys, welcome back to my channel AG Motion Designs, and in today's video we are going to create this advanced Domino's logo reveal animation inside of After Effects with the help of Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator. Now this logo reveal is very advanced, so watch this video till the end so you can learn something new today. As well as if you want to learn more about motion graphics and other stuff, then don't forget to check out my Udemy courses. Links are available in the description. Also, if you are new to this channel, then please consider to subscribe this channel and also hit the bell icon to get more updates. So without wasting any much more time, let's get started. Okay, so now I have created one document. Height and width of this Photoshop file is 1920 by 180, and then we will select our dominance logo and we will simply drag and drop over here and we will hit enter. Now we will right click and we will convert this layer into rasterize. Then I don't want any white color over here, so first of all let's hide this white background and we will keep this white color, and let's select this logo, hit Ctrl T, and we can adjust the size of this logo, and I'm going to bring this logo properly around over here like that at the center. Now as always we need each and every portion on separate layer, so let's try to do it. Now I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to press L for lasso tool and we will select this D. So let's select this properly. I'm going to select this D over here and hit Ctrl X, new layer, and Ctrl Shift V, double click, and let's call it as D, and we will hide this. Then you can select your rectangle selection tool as well. So you can select this O, hit Ctrl X, new layer, Ctrl Shift V, double click, and let's call it as O. Then select this, hit Ctrl X, new layer, Ctrl Shift V, double click, and let's call it as M. Then we will select this I, we will hit Ctrl X, new layer, Ctrl Shift V, we will call it as I, and we need this portion on separate layer, so hit Ctrl X, new layer, Ctrl Shift V, double click, and let's call it as O, and let's hide this. Similarly, I'm going to select this N, hit Ctrl X, new layer, Ctrl Shift V, let's call it as N, hide this. Then we will select this O, but with the help of rectangle selection tool, as you guys can see, we cannot select this properly. So hit Ctrl D to deselect and press L for lasso tool, and we will select this O like that. Hit Ctrl X on this layer, new layer, Ctrl Shift V, let's call it as O, and we will select this extra portion as well. We will call it as extra. So hit Ctrl X, new layer, Ctrl Shift V, and let's call it as extra like that, and let's hide this. Then we have this S, Ctrl X, new layer, Ctrl Shift V, let's call it as S, and let's hide this. Now we have these two portions over here like that, so out of which I don't want this white color on this cubes. So for that, first of all we need to select this white colors. So let's go to the select option, but make sure that you are selecting this layer over here like that. So select this layer and go to the select option. I'm going to choose color range and I'm going to pick up this white color, and fuzziness let's choose 150 and hit OK. Then create a new layer and hold Alt backspace to apply that and hit Ctrl D to deselect it. So now if I hide this, as you guys can see, we have these dots. So now press L for lasso tool, select this dot, hit Ctrl X, new layer, Ctrl Shift V, and we will call it as 1. Then we will select these two, hit Ctrl X, new layer, Ctrl Shift V, hide this. Then let's call it as 2, and this should be 3. Okay, so we have these two dots. Similarly, these points should be also on separated layer, I mean these small cubes. So for that, press P for position, not position, sorry, this is not After Effects, P for pen tool, and let's create this kind of selection over here. Hit enter, Control enter, hit Control X, sorry, by default I chose invert selection, so press Ctrl Shift I for invert selection, hit Ctrl X, new layer, and Ctrl Shift V, and let's call it as red, and we will hide this. Then we have this portion, we need to call it as blue, so let's type blue. Now if you see over here, we have these small dots separately, and I don't want any dots on this layer. So what I'm going to do, by holding control, I'm going to select their selection, and I'll press I to pick up my pickup tool, and let's pick up this color and hold alt backspace to apply that, so it will be gone. Similarly, select this blue layer first, then by holding control, select the selection of it, make sure to select I, select this picker and hold alt backspace and hit Control T. So now if you see, we have this red color on different one, this one on different one, then we have these three dots, and then we have all our alphabets. Okay, so our Photoshop file is ready. Okay, so let's save this file, and now I'll go to the freepik.com, and I have these two illustrations over here. I'll provide the link of this description. We are going to use this illustration, so I have already downloaded, and you can see over here I got this illustration like this and this illustration over here. So I have copied both of them, and I have created a separate file. You can go to the file, new option, and then you can choose size, width, and etc, and then you will get this. Now I have this layer on different one, and this is on different one, and we are going to use it to create some extra animations in After Effects. Okay, so, and I have saved this in the form of pizza only. Okay, you can choose whatever name you want, then go to the After Effects and create a new composition, and we will call it as logo animation, and width is 1920, height is 180, frame rate 30, duration should be 30, and background color is white, and simply hit OK. Then go to choose grid and guide option and simply hit on title selection. Then I'm going to press Ctrl I over here, and we need to import our logo. So let's save this file properly. On this, I'm gonna save this file. Okay, so press Ctrl I, cut from here. Okay, so now we need to import our logo, so press Ctrl I. I have this Dominance logo file, so select this, import as footage composition written layer sizes, and simply hit import and hit OK. And we will drag and drop over here. So we have this logo. Now let's go inside this, and I'm going to enable this white background, and I'll lock this layer. Now first we will start with this D over here, and before doing anything, select all of them and press Ctrl D to duplicate it, bring them at the top, change the color of these layers to yellow, and we will lock this layer like that. Along with that, we will hide this layer also. These layers are going to be the extra layers. Okay, so in case we did something wrong, we can choose those layers as a reference. Okay, now let's select this D and press Y for pen behind tool, and let's bring this anchor point over here. Then press Ctrl R, and we will bring one ruler like this. Okay, now let's enable this icon and press Ctrl K to open the project settings and change the color of this one to white one. Okay, and now we will try to animate this D. So select this D and press P for position, create one keyframe, zoom in. Let's go to somewhere around 20 frame, create one keyframe. Over here, go to around 1 second, create another keyframe. Then go to the start and initially bring this position somewhere around over here. Then it's gonna go downwards. Then at 25 frames, it will again go upward like that. Then select those keyframe, hit F9, go to the graph editor, right click and choose edit speed graph. Select this graph. By holding shift, move this handle over here and move this handle over here. So it will look something like that. Now after bounciness, there should be some speed control, so bring this and hide adjustment layer over here and this over here. This should be over here, this should be over here, and this should be over here. Okay, so now if you see, we will get something like that. Now after that, I'm going to select this all this keyframe, and I'm going to bring to 20 frame. Now let's select this let's select this position keyframe and move this a little bit over here. Now press S for scaling option and create one keyframe. Similarly, go to 1 second, create another keyframe, go to the start and let's make this value 0. Then press R for rotation, create one keyframe and let's make this -90. Okay, and hit U. Then go somewhere around 1 second and let's make this 90 like this. go somewhere around over here, and let's make this somewhere around like this. Then go somewhere around over here, and let's make this 0, and select those rotation keyframe and hit F9. So if you see, we will get something like that. Then select those scaling keyframe and hit F9, and let's see how does it looks. We will get something like this. Okay, now select all of this keyframe, and by holding Alt, I'm going to bring them up to 1 second. So now if I see, we will get something like that. And I need this position animation should start somewhere around at this point. Okay, so now if you see, we will get something like that. Okay, so this D animation is done. So let's close this. After D, I need this O animation should start, but we will do this O animation later. So let's lock this and let's hide this for now. Similarly, I'll select this O and I'll hide this. The reason why I'm hiding this, because for them we are going to choose our pizza layer, so we will do that later. Okay, similarly, I'm going to select this I over here and this N. I mean not N, but this I and this portion, and let's bring them at this point only. We will try to animate that, and let's enable these two icons, and let's try to animate that. So first of all, select this bottom portion and press Y for pen behind tool and bring this anchor point downwards. Okay, and after that, make this fit. Select both of these layers and press P for position, create one keyframe. I'm gonna go somewhere around 20 frame, create another keyframe, go to at the start, press V, and let's try to bring this over here like that. Then select those keyframe and hit F9. Go to the graph editor, select this graph, shift hold, move this handle over here, select this and move this handle over here like that. Okay, so we'll get something like that. Now we will hide this O, we don't need that. We need to animate this. So go to 1 second, create another keyframe, and at this point, let's bring this upward. Okay, let's disable this layer first. Okay, like that. Then again, just like our previous one, we will adjust this graph. Select this and hit F9 to rearrange this. Select this by holding shift, move this handle over here and move this handle over here. Select this, move this handle over here. Select this and move this handle over here. Okay, like that. So if you hit, we will get this. And at this point over here, we will enable our OO, which is this one. Let's select this, and with the help of open square bracket, I'm going to move them over here and hit U. So we will get something like that. And at this point, I'm going to select this, zoom in a little bit, and we will bring this a little bit downward. Okay, like that. And go a few frames backward. Select this I, press S, unlink this, create one keyframe, and at this point, let's bring this totally downwards like this. Then I'm going to select this O. I'll go few frames forward, and I'm going to bring this somewhere around over here like that. Then go somewhere around over here, and let's bring this over here like this. Now for this I, at this point, I'm going to make this value 100 again. Okay, and select those keyframe and hit F9. So we will get something like this. And select this O over here, and select this and hit F9. Go to the graph editor, select this graph. We will adjust the same graph, shift hold, and move this handle and this handle like that. Okay, and at the end, we need to bring this position a little bit over here. So if you see this now, and let's make this fit, we will get first this and then this. Okay, like that. So okay, and I think this animation is quite fast. So by holding Alt, let's increase the duration. Okay, like this. Okay, this looks good to me. Okay, so let's hit U and let's minimize it, and let's lock this and let's hide this. So also hide this D. This animation is also done. And for this M over here, we need this portions over here like this stuff. So let's try to do it. I'm going to select these two portions, and let's go to the start and press P for position. Select this red and this blue, press P for position, select this, right click and choose separate dimensions. And now let's select both of them and go to the align tab, and we will choose align vertically. And initially I'm going to bring them over here and bring them over here. Then we will create one keyframe at X position and X position over here. Select both of them. I'm going to go somewhere around at 2 seconds, and I'm going to bring this over here and select this red one at this point. Select this one at this point. Okay, like that. So if you see this now, we will get something like that. If you want, move them up to 3 seconds maybe, like this. Then we will create one keyframe at Y. Then go to around 1 second, again create one keyframe at Y. Go to around 2 seconds, again create one keyframe at Y. Go to around 3 seconds, again create one keyframe at Y. And in middle, I am going to change the Y position somewhere around this. Similarly at this point, move this over here. Similarly at this point, move this over here, like this. Now select this Y position keyframe and this Y position keyframes. We will hit F9. Then we'll go to the graph editor, go to the start, select this, move this handle over here, and move this handle over here, this handle over here, and move this handle over here. Then select this, move this handle over here and this handle over here. Select this, move this handle over here and move this handle over here, like this. Then select this, move this handle over here and this handle over here, this handle over here, and move this handle over here, like this. Okay. And then I'm going to press R for rotation. I'll create one keyframe, hit U, go to 3 seconds, and let's make this 3 complete rotation. So if you see, we will get something like that. And then after that, if you guys know that I have created this duplicates, I'm going to select this portions over here. Let's select this and press P for position. We will select those. We will right click and choose separate dimensions. And now we will create one keyframes for this ones. And now all we need to do, simply select those keyframe of this red. For example, select the keyframes of this red, hit Ctrl C, go over here, select this red and blue, hit U, out of which I'm going to take a distance of 4.10 frames. I'm going to simply going to select this and press Ctrl V. So it will automatically come over here. Same procedure I'm going to follow for this blue as well. Select those keyframes that we have created, Ctrl C, and then hide these layers and lock these layers, and I'm going to select this blue layer and hit Ctrl V. So what will happen? It will automatically come at their original position. And then at this point, let's move this over here so we can see properly. Select these two and let's change the Y position of them over here, like that. Similarly, at this point, let's make this rotation 2 over here, so it will rotate it like that. And select those Y position and make sure to hit F9. Similarly, this F9, and select the Y position of each and both of these layers and go to the graph editor. Select those graph and hit F9, and then we will select this by holding shift, adjust it like that. Select this and adjust it like that. Similarly, adjust it like that. Select this and adjust it like that. So we will get something like this. Okay, so it will automatically come over here. And if you think this is quite fast, so select this last portion, and by holding Alt I can change the duration like that. Okay, let's bring this up to 4 seconds, like this. Okay, over here. So first we will get this and then this. And then when this portion is going to animate, I mean it will come over here. I'm going to select this M over here. Similarly, I'm going to select this N, bring this over here, press P, create one keyframe, go to somewhere around 4 seconds, bring this over here, then go to around 5 seconds, copy this first keyframe, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, select those keyframe, hit F9, go to the graph, select this graph, shift tool, move this handles over here, like that. Then go to the start, press R for rotation, create one keyframe, hit U, go over here, and let's make this one complete rotation. Then select those and by holding Alt, change this duration to 4 seconds, like that. Okay, Then select these two layers, press R, select those keyframe, hit F9, go to the graph, select this graph, shift hold, move this handle over here and this handle over here. So we will get something like that. Okay, and hit U again, select those position keyframes and zoom in a little bit. Let's select this portion and try to adjust it like that. Select this and adjust it like that. So we will get that proper stuff. Okay, and I'm going to select this two, this M and this N, and I'm going to bring them near to this. And if you see, the blue one is for M, so bring this after this blue and this red one for N. Okay, like that. So over here. Okay, so this is also done. Now only thing remaining is this S over here. So for that I'm going to now bring my Illustrator file. So press Ctrl I. I'm going to select this pizza. I'm going to choose import and footage composition, layers and sizes, and simply hit import. Double click to open this. And if you know that we have these two pizzas, so let's select this slice over here. I'm going to select this and hit Ctrl C and go over here and hit Ctrl V. I'll press S and let's bring this over here like that. And let's hide this. Now let's select this S and press P for position. Let's select this, right click and choose separate dimension. And I'm going to create one keyframe at X and one keyframe at Y. Then I'll go somewhere around 2 seconds and I'm going to create one keyframe. Then go to the start, select this X position and let's bring this somewhere around over here and bring the Y position over here. And at 1 second, I'm going to change the Y position of it somewhere around at this point. Then go few frame forward and create another keyframe. And in middle of that, change the Y position of this S. Okay, like that. By holding Alt, I'll adjust it. Select those Y position keyframes, hit F9, go to the graph, select this graph, shift hold, move this handle over here and this over here, move this over here, select this and move this over here. Then zoom in, select this, move this handle over here, this over here, this over here, and this over here, like that. So, okay, so we will get something like this. Okay. Then press R for rotation, create one keyframe, hit U, go over here and let's make this 2 rotations. Okay, so we will get something like this. Now, what we need to do, I'm going to select this pizza layer. Let's select this and try to bring this on S. And let's bring this over here to the S. And now when this S is at this point, I'm going to select this pizza and I'm going to make it a parent with this S. So now if you see, it will look like that this pizza is happening over, moving over here. And at this point over here, when this is going to touch the ground, I'm going to select this pizza layer, which is this one. By holding Alt, I'm going to press Alt, close bracket to trim up to this. Then I'll select this S, I'll press Alt, open square bracket to trim up to this. So it will look like that first this pizza is moving and then at this point when this is converting into S. Then we have this extra, we will bring this over here, we will press P, create one keyframe, go few frame forward, again create another keyframe and at this point it will move it over here. So let's enable these icons only so we can focus on that. Then press R for rotation, create one keyframe, go over here and let's make this 2 complete rotation. Select those position keyframe, hit F9, go to the graph, select this graph. By holding shift, move this handle over here and this handle over here, like that. So we will get something like that over here and this one over here, like this. Okay, this looks good to me. Let's hide this and hit U. Okay, so this is also done like that. And now it's time for these O's to get animated. So let's bring those O's over here and we are only going to focus on this. Okay, now how we can animate, let's select this and press P for position, create one keyframe. I'm gonna go somewhere around at 3 seconds for both of this, or let's say for this one, let's go somewhere around at 2 seconds, create one keyframe and go somewhere around over here for this one and create one keyframe. Then I'm going to go at the start. I'm going to select this and I'm going to bring this over here. Then I'll select this and I'm going to bring this over here. Select this and I'm going to bring this over here. So we will get something like that. Then I'm going to select this pizza layer. I'll select this and I'll hit Ctrl C. Go over here and hit Ctrl V and go somewhere around over here. Press S and let's decrease the size of it like that. Zoom in and bring this over here. Press T for opacity so we can adjust it properly at the center of this O, and press S and let's bring this at the size of this O over here like that. Okay, and let's enable this 2 layers and select this, press T and bring this opacity 100. Okay, like this. Now at this point I'm going to select this and I'll make it parent with this O. I'll select this, I'll hit Ctrl T, bring this over here at this O over here like that. I'm going to select this and let's make it a parent with this O. Okay, select this, press P and bring this O1 over here. So now what will happen? They are going to move according to this. Now I'm going to select this O. I'll press R, create one keyframe, hit U, go over here and I'm going to make it -2 rotations. So what will happen? That we will get rotation for that pizza. Similarly for this one, I'll press R, create one keyframe, hit U. Let's make this 3 complete rotations like that. Okay, and hit U. So this is also done, and this, let's disable this and let's enable all of this over here. So now if you see, all of them are animating like this. Okay, similarly this D is also animating. Okay, now we need to adjust their position one by one. So I want first D should start to get animated. Okay, then this O should start to animate, this O. So zoom in, then go somewhere around 10 frame, select this O and move this over here. Then at 20 frames this M should start to get animated. So select this M and this blue and I'm going to move them somewhere around at 20 frame. Then at 1 second this I over here, this I and this O should start to get animated. So I'm going to bring them over here. Then at this frame over here like that, after dominoes this N should start to get animated. So I'm going to select this red and this N and I'm going to bring them over here like that. Okay, then after this N, this O should start to get animated. So my N started at this point over here. So again take a gap of 20 frame and we will select our this O layer with this pizza. Make sure to select this O layer and your pizza layer, which is this one, and try to bring them over here like that. And then at the end your S should start to get animated. So select that S layer, which is I think this one, this S layer over here with this extra. So bring this layers over here like that. So now if you see this animation one by one, first D and then these layers are getting animated like that. Okay, and then if you see over here, all of them are getting animated one by one, and at this point our pizza transition should happen. So what I'm gonna do at this point over here, when this D is this pizza is gonna go at this D portion over here like that, I'm going to select this pizza and by holding Alt, close square bracket, I'll trim up to this. Similarly for this one, when this is going to touch this portion somewhere around this, by holding Alt, close square bracket, bring this over here like that. So it will look like they are changing their shape. Okay, like that. So if you hit play, we will get this one by one animation like that. And then we have this last portion which is needed, which are this pairs over here, which are this one, and I'm going to bring them at the top over here like that. And I want they should fall on this one. So bring them over here and press P for position, create one keyframe, go few frame forward and create another keyframe, go to the start, select all of them and let's bring them over here at the top like that. and select those keyframe and hit F9. Go to the graph editor, select this graph by holding shift, move this handle over here, and let's do one thing. Let's not bring them totally, let's bring them over here only, and they should get over here one by one. So let's bring them over here like this. Okay, so now if you see, we will get all of this. And now let's hit U, and we will unlock all of these extra layers. We don't need that, so let's delete those layers. And most important part, make sure to select all of them and enable this motion blur. So when you enable this motion blur, what will happen, it will create a little bit more dynamics to your animations. Okay, now let's go to the main comp, and this logo is properly at the center. Go to the start, let's make this 110, or let's make this 115. Create one keyframe, goes at the end of this logo when this entire logo is going to get animated over here. And at this point I'm going to make this 110, or you let's make this 100 and hit N. Okay, like that. So this is how you can create this kind of logo reveal animation inside of After Effects with the help of Photoshop Illustrator.